You know the problem with Hollywood is? They make shit. Unbelievable, unremarkable shit.
To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair.
Will you fight? No! We will run! And we will live!
Shame on you! This could be the greatest night of our lives. But you're gonna let it be the worst.
And I guarantee a week won't go by in your life you won't regret walking out, letting them get the best of it.
Well, I'm not going home.
Day may come when the courage of men fails, but it is not this day.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
I'm not saying it's gonna be easy.
You're gonna work harder than you ever worked before.
I really do believe that together we can accomplish anything.
Because we'll never stop learning and we'll never stop growing.
Failure is not an option.
That's how winning is done. Believe me when I say
We can break this army here.
it has made us brothers.
I say to you, what every warrior has known since the beginning of time.
You've got to get mad.
I mean plumb mad dog mean.
If you would be free men, then you must
Fight to fulfill that promise. Let us
cut out their living guts.
1 inch at a time.
And they will know what we can do!
Let no man forget how menacing we are. We are lions.
This is your time. Seize the day.
Never surrender.
Victory or death.
So come on then! Take it!
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
All right, let's fly.
My name is the Lord. When I
Tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take
our Independence Day.
You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines. The power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful. To make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world.
We don't sleep to dream, we sleep to build stamina, energy to do our thing. Get your camera. This show is about to begin, so sit down and buckle it in. Let's go!
Hey everybody, my name is Brian. Shane is not here today, unfortunately. But you know what? I am. And pray for Shane. Send all your thoughts and wishes over to him. He's pretty sick. He's going to be taking it easy for a couple days, and hopefully we'll get him back by next week, because he needs to take a break. He needs to take a break before that guy ends up with pneumonia or something. But you know what? We're still got a great show today, and I'm really stoked that everyone here is with us today, joining us. It's going to be pretty awesome. First off, some little housekeeping we gotta do. If you're a member today, that's awesome. If you're a member of this channel, of the Unleashed channel, that's even better. I'm so happy that you guys are here today. But we will be phasing out the live show on the Prime channel. So if you're a member on the Prime channel, not today. Today it's streaming to both. But if you're a member on the Prime channel, as of this Thursday, the members stream that takes place after this stream will take place solely on Unleashed, and we're going to be putting different members' content over there. It's not we're being lazy. It's more so that it's very difficult to run 2 streams at the same time, and so we want to make sure we give the best possible stream. And managing 2 streams is very difficult. So we're going to be moving the membership, the live stream stuff, over to the Unleashed channel. So if you are a member of the main channel, I appreciate it. We really do. We're not going to stop putting content over there. The content over there is going to be like cold reads and scripts and Q&As and stuff that's more relevant to that channel. And the members section, the live member section will be solely on this channel. So that said, prepare for that. If you exclusively watch this stream on the Prime channel, then come on over here. Also today we are brought to you by Criticless. Criticless was created when it became obvious that pretentious film critics weren't being honest about their reviews and seemed to be catering to the film studios. To get more access to films instead of giving reviews people, regular people, could trust. Criticless, excuse me. Criticless is a website and app with reviews from real people. We love Criticless, and I've been creating our reviews there. We'd love for you to download the app and follow there. You can see our most recent review on Argyle, as well as our current list for the 2024 movies. This Thursday, we're going to go see Madam Web, or at least I am. Can't wait to see where that falls on our list. But yeah, go check it out. As a social media experience, Criticless is a great place to share your thoughts and reviews with others. The retro 80s and 90s look is easy to use and a great way to quickly see movie ratings, themes that include political bias, and much more. Earn achievements badges for doing various things on the platform. Get over there and join today and see reviews from people you trust. And Criticless is a really great app. Here, let me show you our Criticless right now. It's good stuff. I get to come and check my feed all the time. It's pretty great. And this is our profile. And here's our list. Here's my official ranking so far. So Madam Web I'm going to update this Thursday, and you're going to see where Madam Web falls. Mean Girls is only the worst so far because there's a stupid musical, and I don't like musicals. I'm not a fan. But yeah, go check out Criticless, criticless.com. It's pretty awesome, and they are trusting us by allowing us, by sponsoring us. So they're good people. All right, so today, if you guys didn't see the thumbnail, let me walk you through what we're going to cover. We're going to cover the Deadpool trailer and all of its glory. We're going to talk about some stuff in the trailer that I noticed that I don't think everyone else noticed. Also, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl ads. There was a couple of really bad ads during the Super Bowl, but specifically the most woke ad I've ever seen in my life with Jesus. It was Jesus. It was a Christian ad about Jesus washing feet. And there was a couple other really bad ones. Also, Jay-Z, the camera showed Jay-Z a couple times, and that guy just looked like Medea visiting the Super Bowl. I don't know what's going on with his dreads, but he does not look good in dreads. We're also going to be talking about the Putin-Tucker interview. It happened. It was interesting. Putin talked for a long time about the history of Russia. And someone made a super cut, basically. Oh, no, sorry. A minor cut. Like they cut it down to like 2 minutes, and it was pretty good. And Nathan Fillion talks about his first script read for Superman Legacy. And of course, I'm going to be hanging out with you guys and talking about what you guys want to talk about in the member section. So, that said, thank you for being here. Let's jump right into it, shall we? And yes, Erie, welcome. We are going to be talking about his bad hair washing. Jay-Z, I'm not sure what's going on with Jay-Z, but that guy's ridiculous. Also, Kenneth, thank you. Kenneth gifted 1 Pop Culture Unleashed membership for all the folks here that don't have a membership already. I appreciate that. Like I said, we are going to be phasing out the live show on the Popcast Prime channel so that we can put different content over there and stop trying to worry about 2 streams at the same time on this channel. It's just too hard, especially when it's just me. So that's the plan. So prepare for that, please. All right, let's talk about this. The Deadpool trailer is pretty good. Also, if you are here right now, hit the like button. Do me a favor. I'm almost positive this stream is going to get demonetized because we're playing trailers and we're talking about some pretty gnarly stuff. And whenever that happens, any ad revenue doesn't happen. So hit the like button and tell a friend so that at least people get to watch the content. Let's talk about Deadpool. Oh, we got a quick super chat from John Burns first. John Burns coming in hot. I better get that fixed. He says, I live in Canada. Saw the walk-in driving ad. Yeah. Some of the ads were good. Some were boring. Ultimately, I didn't, the ads, the commercials, just whatever. I don't understand. The halftime show is whatever. Nothing beats the halftime show from 2022 when Dr. Dre and Eminem and Snoop Dogg all reunited for one big song. It was pretty cool. So ultimately for me, the game was a disappointment. It was really funny watching my wife sitting there. She was like really invested for some reason in the 49ers winning, and she's screaming at the TV, and she doesn't know half the time what she's talking about. And my brother-in-law is just looking at me every single time like, what is she talking about? She didn't understand the concept of overtime, which I thought was really funny. She thought the Niners had won. She goes, well, how is it a tie? They can't end on a tie. I'm like, no, they're not, honey. It's going to be overtime. She goes, well, what does that mean? I'm like, well, first person, they each get to have the ball, and whoever scores first wins, basically. Or not whoever scores first, but whoever scores the most. And she was like, oh, it's rigged. It's rigged. The Chiefs are going to win because it's rigged. I'm like, well. She was just really, really fun watching Super Bowl with my wife, because that's the only game she watches the entire year. Pretty much me too. And she gets really invested for some reason in like one particular team, even though she doesn't follow or watch that team the rest of the year. So it's really, really quite funny. All right, so let's check out this Deadpool trailer, and we'll discuss. All right, everyone ready? Let's do it. There it goes. Oh, you can't hear it. My bad. Let me fix that. Okay, here we go. This is the Deadpool trailer that aired during the Super Bowl.
Day to you. All right, okay. It's been a challenging few years, for sure. But I'm happy. That is because of each and every one of you. I'm the luckiest man alive.
Make a wish, buddy.
We gotta back it up a little bit, because I think I saw something that don't make no sense. Let's play it again. Yeah, okay. So that is I want to say Starscream or Star something, and he died in Deadpool 2 when they were like diving out of the airplane. Remember, he like definitely died. So there's some time shenanigans there going on.
All right, okay. It's been a challenging few years, for sure. But I'm happy. That is because of each and every one of you. I'm the luckiest man alive.
Make a wish, buddy.
Wade Wilson? Who's asking? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that supposed to be scary? Pegging isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney.
All right, so first off, I saw the alternate version of this where he says rated R isn't new for me, it's new, but it is for Disney. So they definitely did some shenanigans to make sure that the Disney crown wasn't too offended by this. That's pretty funny though. Also, these are TVA agents. You see TVA, it's on their uniform. But also, the sticks they're carrying are not for pegging.
Wade Wilson? Who's asking?
Those are for pruning. Those are pruning sticks. So what happens is, if you watch the Loki series, TVA agents have these sticks, like these batons, and they can, they stick you with them, and basically it sends you to like this dimension where all the trash goes, like the trash dimension, all the stuff that doesn't belong, in our reality or our timeline or whatever, and it gets sent to this like trash timeline where it gets cleaned up by some entity. It's very hard to follow. But if you watch Loki, that's what those sticks are. They're pruning batons that are meant to send people that aren't supposed to be in our timeline, like variants that aren't supposed to be here, away into this other dimension.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that supposed to be scary? Pegging isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney.
Okay, all right. So, and that doorway they just took him through is also a TVA doorway. So they're taking him to the TVA. Now, so a criticism here: if you have to watch Loki in order to understand this movie, that is a mistake, because not everyone watched Loki. Most people didn't watch Loki. But if you have to understand something that happened on a streaming service to understand a theatrical movie, that is a massive mistake. Tom said that too. He said he doesn't want to do homework. Yeah, and if this is a homework movie, I agree with him. That's a mistake. Hopefully they can explain the TVA to the audience that haven't seen Loki, so that, you know, in a way that makes sense. Like you couldn't anyway. Like they can introduce an agency or a character that you have never seen in a TV show, in a movie, and they can explain it in a way where the audience understands, but they don't have to do homework.
Mr. Wilson, you appear to have...
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't see Luke Wilson there, Mobius or whatever. Which makes me think that they're not going to do that. They're not going to make you go do homework to watch this movie.
Soiled yourself while unconscious.
I wasn't unconscious. Who are you? Why am I here?
Walk with me. Wait. You are special. This is your chance to be a hero among heroes.
All right, so this is my second criticism. Notice that every one of these clips here, I'm going to mute it real quick so you can see it. Every one of these clips are like phase 1 clips, right? It's all like the glory days of the MCU. This isn't the current version of the MCU. This isn't like Echo and She-Hulk and the Marvels, This is all the best. This is like the greatest hits. That's what they're showing them. They need to be honest. Show them the current state of the MCU and not 8-10 years ago MCU, please. That's all I'm going to say.
Step it in, Sensei. Your little cinematic universe is about to change forever.
That's clearly Wolverine.
Cinematic universe is about to change forever.
Yeah, there's Wolverine with his cool hair.
I'm the Messiah. I am Marvel Jesus.
Also, there were some friends of mine online that were mad that they called him Marvel Jesus. It's a joke. Okay? Don't lose the plot here, guys. Let's not get offended over a joke. Yeah, okay. So this movie is rated R. Like, it's not your classic Marvel movie. What's interesting is there was some leaked photos. Well, I'm gonna back up for just a second so I can stop here. So there's blood. Now behind Deadpool here, if you notice, tilt your head like this a little bit, just like that. That is the 20th Century Fox logo. That is the 20th Century Fox logo. There was a leaked photo like last year that came out where it showed him fighting on top of that rock structure. And that's what that is. That is the 20th Century Fox logo. And so he's right now, I'm assuming he's on like that prune dimension or planet or reality or whatever it is. And, the X-Men, the 20th Century Fox X-Men were pruned. And that's why that logo is there, which is super meta.
God, please! Oh my fuck!
I gotta back up a little bit. I think I missed something.
God, please! Oh my fuck!
His arm breaks here. Yeah, that thing looks cool. I'm not sure what that is, but looks very Doctor Doom. I wonder if they're gonna introduce Doctor Doom in some way. And I know we're gonna get X-Men. Like, we're gonna get Elektra from like for sure Jennifer, whatever her name is, gonna come back for Elektra. So we're gonna get some crazy throwback characters from like Marvel, like pre MCU kind of stuff. So I wouldn't put it past them introducing some kind of Doctor Doom variant or whatever.
God, I love this part. Wait!
Don't just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand up.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. That's cool, man. That's cool. And the movie is called Deadpool and Wolverine?
Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much.
Which is like super studio talk. Like someone said that on Twitter too. Like this is like, the title is like pure studio. They want to make sure everyone knows that Wolverine is in the movie. I get it. That's cool. That's fine. Whatever. Nothing wrong with that. All right. So, yeah, for me, the trailer looks great. I'm digging it. There's people that think the trailer looks like homework. And if that's the case, then, you know, it shouldn't be a homework movie. When a theatrical release of a movie comes out, even if it has elements from television shows or previous movies that were long gone, you should never assume the audience has watched every single movie or every single TV show that explains every single character. If you're going to use a character from a TV show, if you have in these superhero movies, you need to explain that character in the movie. If you recall, fans of Firefly went to watch the movie Serenity. And Serenity was basically one, you know, it was just the entire Firefly season basically made into a movie. They didn't assume that you knew every character there. They wrote it like a movie. So when Deadpool and Wolverine come out, I hope that there is a clear explanation for like the TVA, how they work, what it does. It doesn't have to be very extremely detailed, but they have to assume that you haven't seen the TV show, because let's face it, it's not like the Marvel TV shows have been doing very well anyways. So they're gonna have to definitely explain to the audience what the TVA is, what that dimension is, what those pruning sticks do. Explain the universe. And look, I trust Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds has not let me down yet. I've said the same thing before about James Gunn. Like, you can criticize James Gunn all you want, criticize Ryan Reynolds, but they haven't let me down yet. I've enjoyed just about everything they've ever made. So I don't see why I'm not going to enjoy this. And I'm not simping for Ryan Reynolds, but I'm saying, like, look, every Deadpool movie has been fun. It's been fun. It's been good. It's worked for me. I don't think Ryan's going to, you know, excuse my French, but he's not going to punk out and do whatever the studio wants on this movie. I think he would just not do it. That's the kind of Ryan Reynolds that I think he is. So he's gonna, you know, if maybe the studio said you gotta use the TVA, we need to invite all these characters, let's you know, just pack it with member berries. Maybe that's the case. But if they made him do that, or if they wanted him to do that, I'm sure he found a cool way for that to work. And I trust Ryan Reynolds. Again, 2 movies so far that I've thoroughly enjoyed. I'm not sure why I wouldn't enjoy this one. You know? So we'll see. We'll see if the studio had a lot to do with it. But we don't know. We don't know yet. That's true. But we'll be covering it. I think I can't wait to watch it. It's you know, top of my list. Although Argyle was at the top of my list as well, and that movie did not turn out like I expected to turn out. So we'll see. But what do you guys think? Did you guys watch the trailer? Did you guys watch the little teaser trailer before that where it shows you know, Hugh Jackman? Let me know. I think it's pretty interesting. Okay. Next up, just to continue on the Super Bowl thing before we go into the Putin-Tucker thing and Nathan Fillion and all that, I do want to talk about some of the ads at the Super Bowl because they were interesting. That's the only word I have for it, right? And if you search for Super Bowl commercials 2024, some of them just don't even show up because they didn't play very well. Some of them I really liked. the Twisters, trailer, which I think you only saw on streaming, and the T-Mobile Internet Home thing with Jason Momoa. Like, those were classic Super Bowl commercials that you would expect. Some of them were like, I have feelings. I was bullied in high school, and like really like dropping the mood down. Not fit for the Super Bowl kind of thing. And I get it; they're trying to get their message out there, but I mean, it's not a Super Bowl commercial. And I know a lot of eyes are on it, but just because a lot of eyes are on something doesn't mean that is the appropriate venue for the ad. And some of these ads were just like so jarringly inappropriate that it didn't work. So really quick, let's take a quick look at that T-Mobile ad, which I liked. Not just because Jason Momoa's in it, but because I thought it was good. It had the guys from Scrubs, it had Jason Momoa. It worked for me.
Sorry, party's canceled. Waiting on the cable internet guy.
Tell him, Zach.
First, I had...
Pretty sure this is like extreme copyright claims. But first off, this ad is great because I know immediately what the ad is for, right? There was a couple ads where I was confused as to what they were even advertising. It was way too artistic. But immediately, it's about internet. T-Mobile internet, to be precise. And you have the guys from Scrubs, and you have Jason Momoa. I'm already sold. Let's rock it.
Had cable, but those cords weren't me. I needed to find new Wi-Fi. And he cried.
I didn't cry.
So he switched
I didn't cry.
to T-Mobile home internet with 5G. It runs on their network. Just plug it in and you'll see.
I actually have that exact T-Mobile thing. I got it years ago, like a year and a half ago. And that's what I use at our shop. And they're not wrong. And I'm not advertising for them, but like, it's pretty good. You just plug it in and like, boom, you got high-speed internet. And I'm sure it doesn't work everywhere that way, but it certainly worked for me that way. I just plugged it in. I didn't do anything. Just plugged it in.
What a feeling! I have Wi-Fi now. Can't stop streaming. Have some wings to chow.
You know what? Oh,
Sorry.
damn it. I went too far. You know what it reminds me of? Remember those hotspots you can get like back in the day, like a Sprint or Verizon, like those little tiny little... It's basically like a giant hotspot. It's a huge hotspot that just gives you high-speed internet.
Can't stop streaming. Have some wings to chow.
I need home internet from T-Mobile to fulfill my life.
Auto-tune.
Yeah, what's up?
We have T-Mobile now.
All right. That was fun. So that is what I see. That's what I see. That is an appropriate Super Bowl commercial, right? You have a lot of production value. It's fun. Brings the room up, right? Now I'm going to show you, and before I show you the opposite of that, I'm going to show you one more because Paramount Plus did an amazing ad where we had Patrick Stewart, one of the Dolphins players. We had Drew Barrymore, Jeff Probst from Survivor, Hey Arnold, Pepe Pig, the guy from Reno 911. Like an amazing ad. Like really one of the best ads I've ever seen for a streaming service. I'm going to show you that. I want you to get you in the mindset of this is a Super Bowl ad. And then we're going to watch the Woke Jesus ad. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, here we go.
Mountain, the stakes.
Hold up, I gotta back it up. You can't look at this and not laugh. It's funny. Like made for Shane in every way. It's like his team, his favorite shows, Survivor, Creed.
It's the fifth quarter, and we need a hole-in-one before the seventh inning stretch.
It's the fifth quarter, and we need a hole-in-one before the seventh inning stretch. That's like every sport.
Be brave.
Hike! Can you take
me higher?
I just threw him higher to a place where we.
Oh, look at that! That's the best. That had me the first time I saw this. That had me crack up. The guy, the sheriff from Reno 911 has the Creed tramp stamp. It's so appropriate.
Won't freeze.
He just threw me hard. I'm good.
So close.
How are we gonna get up there?
Now, if there were only someone made of pigskin.
Bingo.
Oh, dear.
All right, so now that is a Super Bowl ad, tried and true. Like that is an appropriate Super Bowl ad. Now let's watch. How do I phrase this? Let's watch an ad that is totally an inappropriate Super Bowl ad. In no way is it a good Super Bowl ad. It is the opposite of what the Super Bowl ad should look like. And there was a bunch of them yesterday. I'm gonna single out this one because it was so stupid, and a lot of people got offended about it because it's has blasphemous undertones. But I'm gonna address that too. I'm gonna address why I don't think it's blasphemous, but I do think it's a bad Super Bowl ad, and I do think that it is the opposite of what they're trying to say. Anyways, here it is. This is the foot fetish ad about Jesus. Yeah.
Don't ask me.
And okay, so also all of this looks AI generated to me. I know people are saying it's not, but like I'm a pro when it comes to AI generated images, and all of this looks extremely AI generated. The thing is, they announced that it was shot by some, art woman that did it, and that might be all good and said, but it was definitely at the very least touched up by AI because these images do not look natural. So in the first one, we have some guy washing an older man's feet during a dinner. Fine. Now we have a cop washing a black guy's feet in a dirty alleyway. Fine, I guess. I mean, I'm not. See, you want to know how I know this is AI generated and not real? Why is the cop's shoes off? Like, just look. Why does the cop have his shoes off? I'll tell you why. When you tell your AI, I want to generate an image of a police officer in a dark alleyway washing a black man's feet, right? It's going to pop out, and obviously there's more prompts than that, but it's going to pop out an image where he's washing some guy's feet with his shoes are on because the AI doesn't know the difference. So then it will specify, same prompt, but shoes off. Now the AI doesn't know that you're talking about the black guy's feet or the cop's feet, so it will take everyone's shoes off in the frame. That's what it always does. It will literally, if you tell it, no one, this person's not wearing shoes, it doesn't know that, and everyone that's in the shot will have no shoes. That's what it does. So you have to tweak your prompts in a way. You probably had to get your prompts you probably had to make 25 images and then composite them just to get this image. But someone forgot that A, the cop for some reason also doesn't have his shoes on, and B, he only has one foot. Where is his other foot? If it's not AI generated, then where is the cop's other foot? He's missing a foot. He's literally missing a foot. And his shoes are off. He's the one washing the guy's feet. Why is his shoes off? Makes no sense. He's missing a foot, and his shoes are off, and looks like he doesn't have toes. It's so AI generated, it's not even funny. At the very least, maybe it's not AI generated, but maybe they shot this and they used AI to expand the image, and this is what you got.
Don't ask me.
All right, so everyone here has their shoes on. That's good. So what we have is a woman in like a gym. I'm sorry, in like a school hallway with lockers, and she is washing her classmate's foot. Her classmate is sitting on a skateboard, right? So some things here is both people do not have shoes on once again. This was probably a composite image where they AI generated these two, then added in the people later, right? For some reason, they don't have shoes on. Also, her shirt says perfeet, not perfect, but for perfeet. And it's very, very, very bad AI because AIs can't spell right. They don't know how to spell. It's very obvious that is AI. Again, I'm not criticizing AI. Okay, I like AI, but they are exclaiming with vigor that these were not AI generated images when I can go through every one of these and point out things that were obviously AI generated. At the very least, maybe they shot these, but then they were expanded. They were AI expanded. And you can see the composite here where that boot is. There's supposed to be a loop. You know, that this boot has like a little loop for you can pull your boot off. But they didn't pop out when they popped the background out of it so they can composite this image together. They missed a piece, and that's why there's a piece here against the guy's white shoes that you're not seeing through it. And there's a lot of things. I'm not going to go into detail. I can be here for hours explaining. Back here, this doesn't make any sense. Up here, it doesn't make any sense. All kinds of little issues that are either spelling that it's AI or it's AI composite.
What you know is true.
All right. I don't know how to describe this image. It's like an old man washing another Native American's man feet. It's cool, I guess. Also, problems with this. Look at his hands. AIs they cannot create hands for some reason. They're very bad at it. The Native American man's feet, he has like an extra digit, and it's possible. I guess you can have an extra digit on your foot, but he has an extra digit, and that could be like a compression issue. I don't know, but that doesn't look right. Something's off. His fingers don't look right. It looks like he has two middle fingers for some reason. All kinds of weird issues with this image.
Don't have to tell you.
All right, this is like the most inappropriate one to me. It's a woman giving what appears to be a teenager, washing her feet that are, by the way, extremely misshapen. That is not what feet looks like unless she has like severe gout, because her feet look totally messed up in this. Like, look at that foot. Just look at it. Like, the toes are not right. Everything about this is wrong. The way that her pants are pulled up, it's like someone photoshopped incorrectly. Like, there's no shadow. There's shadow here. There's no shadow here. Like, this is clearly an AI created image that was then composited onto other images, which is fine. I'm not criticizing it, but they are adamantly stating that they did not utilize AI in the creation of this. In fact, they're applauding the person that shot these images.
I love your
this is like someone washing someone's feet in like a kitchen. It looks like she has like addiction problems because there's like cigarette butts and empty bottles, and clearly this is some like statement about poverty or something. I don't know. But once again, look at the feet. Look at the feet. This person's foot is not in the right, not remotely correct. It's like her heel, it's like her foot is turned around in a way that's not physically possible unless you broke her foot. It makes no sense. This is obviously AI. And so some of this had to have been shot and then maybe composited because like you have like clean air now, like that definitely, that is like designed. That doesn't look AI. The car in the back doesn't look very, it does look AI. Like there's like a seat missing. These things look like they're copy pasted. Like you generated one and then you sort of copy and paste the rest of them. Now, here's a very easy way to see when something is a digital composition and not an actual shot. Ready? There's no depth of field. Everything behind them except for maybe the mountains, are totally 100% in focus. That is not how it works. If you have the characters in the foreground that are in perfect focus, then there's going to be a little bit of depth of field minimum on the stuff in the background. That's how you can tell something is digital or not. When you give it depth of field, like, so when I create digital art, depth of field is what tricks your eyes into looking at what's in the foreground. But that's because your eyes work that way. When your eyes focus on something, like you're focusing on right now, you're not focusing on what's behind me. So your eye, that's why photography does the same thing. When you take that shot, you can have very sharp things, of course, but there's got to be a little bit of depth of field. There was nothing here. This was all just copied and pasted. I'm almost positive that I'm pointing with my hands like you can see it. But these two, this one, these two oil rigs or whatever they're called, this is the same oil rig and it was just copied, pasted, copied, pasted. Oil rig copied, flipped around horizontally, pasted. Copied, flipped around horizontally, slight distortion, pasted. This one back here, look at that distortion. That's ridiculous. Someone just like mashed them together. This is clearly a composite.
I was standing.
This is probably the best one, right? I went through this trying to find like serious errors and I had a hard time. This is one of the best ones. You have appropriate depth of field. You have like haze and fog, which people often use to sort of cover up mistakes. So far, it's great. She has the appropriate amount of toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait. 1, 2. Well, so she has 5 toes, but one of her toes is like split in the middle a little bit. Like the AI didn't know what to do with the big toe. Right? So it's someone washing, I think it's an immigrant's feet, right? And the immigrant's wearing like really, dirty sweatpants or denim sweatpants. Again, the AI doesn't know the difference. So, it gave her sweatpants, but they have like a little denim to them, probably because someone else in the shot had denim. And she's holding a baby. And, also, again, that person has her shoes off. I'm not sure why the people giving the feet baths have their shoes off, but I'm pretty sure that's just like, that's how the AI did it. So they kept going that way. They're in a neighborhood, probably a sanctuary state where they're dropping immigrants off from the bus, right? And that's why it says Chicago. All right, so far so good. Now I can believe that this was a real shot. Someone took a shot of a neighborhood, an actual neighborhood, even though the mailbox looks a little funky, but I can totally see this being a real neighborhood. And then these people were added later because like look at where the light is. So these people's light on their face. You see, she has light on her face here. He has light. This person, I'm not sure what it is, has light on their coat. There's light on top of his head. There's light on this guy's face. There's light. Now, this is the only light source. Notice the street light is the only light source. Look at where that light source would come from, right? The light source that you are seeing on this person's face is actually here somewhere, not here. So if the light is coming from this street lamp, then you wouldn't see light on the front of his face, right? You would see the light. The street lamp should be like 3 feet the other way in order to get the exact same light that you're seeing here. So unless there's another light source that's way off frame somewhere, this is clearly a composite. Like obvious a composite. Same with the headlamps. So they got the headlamps correct on her face, but there's also light here. There's like little light flares that don't belong places, and that's just a sign of digital manipulation. So that was the first thing. I was like looking at this image, I'm like, oh, it looks pretty good. She has like one extra big toe for some reason, but it could be like a JPEG artifact or whatever. But then the light that's where they always get you with the light. That's how you can tell when something's digital, because the light sources do not match. And if you follow me for a long time, this is what I do for a living. I create digital art for a living, and I create hundreds of digital pieces of art every week for my day job, for YouTube, for social media, for not just for myself, for other companies. This is a part of what I do. I could tell immediately that this was a digital composite.
You were there.
All right, so I mean, it looks like your typical trad wife and what appears to be, a regular guy watching a Muslim woman's feet. This image, I got no qualms about it. Look, pretty much everything sort of adds up. Her hands look a little weird to me, but it's hard to tell. She's holding a rag. Her feet look a little weird. Again, hard to tell. It looks like her heel's the wrong way once again. It's hard to tell. This image overall looks like pretty normal.
Two worlds colliding.
I'm going to stop here. There's so many random issues with this that it would take too long. But if you want to go look at it, just try to make out some of the writing on the bullhorns that are clearly the same bullhorn with bad writing. It's AI writing for sure. Some of their faces are a little bit off. Everything about this image, like someone took a lot of time to make this, and props on them, but there's things that are 100% weird about this.
And they could never.
This was probably my favorite one. It had the most amount of detail that you really couldn't see, and it's actually pretty well done. Like, they have the appropriate amount of toes. He's not washing their feet. They have their feet in there together. It's an old white man, old black man in front of an old, roadhouse or something. And they got their feet in there together. It was funny. Someone was generating all these images, and this one was probably so good that they kept it, even though it didn't match the theme, because it just worked. The prompt for this was probably like old white man washing old black man's feet or something like that. But the image turned out so well, they just kept it, right? Because it really does. Like, and if you look at some of the Photoshop afterwards, there's depth of field behind them where it's slightly blurry. There's a man here reading a newspaper. Even the newspaper, if you zoom way in, it's hard to see. Like the lines add up to where a newspaper would be. It works. Cold drinks, not misspelled. It's not weird AI text. There's a woman in the background, some diner chick, putting something out. Everything looks right. Like, this whole image is a really good image. Like, this is an image I would totally applaud. And I would even be fooled into thinking that it was shot if you didn't give me 7 or 8 images before it that were clearly AI generated. This is a very good image.
Tear us apart.
All right. Jesus, what is this? All right. What we have here is we have what appears to be a priest with a cross. His shoes are off. He's washing the feet of what appears to be a gay man at a beach. For some reason, there is a random tree in the middle of the beach. I don't know why. Have you ever been to the beach? This is not a thing. You don't see trees in the middle of the beach randomly. Like, this is not a thing. They don't grow very well in the shallow sand. So, the first thing I saw was what appears to be, sort of looks like a Joshua tree, like a super tall Joshua tree on the shore of this fake ocean, right? But then additionally, the shadows are wrong. Like, the shadows are all over the place. This is shot where it looks like the light source is really close. If you notice, shadows are extending here, as if the light source is right behind them. When the light source is really far away, right? It's supposed to be the sun. So the shadows should not have such an extended range. So, number one, that's totally off. The roller skates, I guess the guy was wearing, all kinds of weird little JPEG artifacts and issues there. It's hard to go through all that. He has the correct amount of toes. Good on them. He has the correct amount of toes. Great. Correct amount of toes. Great. Hard to see his fingers because they're covered up. The bottle he's holding looks correct. Although some weird veining going on. Looks like they tried to patch it up in Photoshop. And his hand appears to be sort of melding into that guy's foot. It could be because the water. That could all be explained away. Overall, this image is bad because it feels so amateur. Like, they could have shot these two people on an actual beach. They didn't have to create this weird AI monstrosity that's here, or this Photoshop composite. It clearly is incorrect. So bad. All right, yeah, you're right. Jesus didn't teach hate. That's true. Jesus did not teach hate. But Jesus wasn't a pansy either. I'm religious. And I got to tell you, Jesus had no problem bursting into the temple where they were selling things and beating the crap out of people that were in there dishonoring his father's house. Jesus didn't teach hate, but Jesus also didn't teach us to roll over. Here's the deal. This entire ad is not offensive to me in the way that it would be like that some Christians are finding it offensive. What's offensive to me is that they are telling you to accept every single social norm that is being presented. Well, what happens when you stand for nothing? Then you fall for everything. They are trying to take the teeth out of, the morality out of the teachings of Jesus. And I'm not going to go into a whole sermon here, but I find it gross that just come out and say that you hate Christians. Don't try to push this, don't try to take the teeth or push apathy into this. And you know what? Here's one more note. If this ad costs like $50 million, you know what you could have done with $50 million instead of air this AI monstrosity of a commercial? You could have actually helped people. If the ad was $50 million, you could have actually have helped people that need money, shoes, their feet washed, a ride somewhere. They need a daycare for their kids, immigrants that don't have places to live, people that are just trying to open a checking account, or get a job, halfway houses for people that are struggling with addiction and have major issues but want to be better. That $50 million could have done so much. But instead, we get some super hyper woke propaganda nonsense where you take all the teeth, all the fight out of Christianity and you say just to deal with it. I mean, that's the most gross thing to me was not the AI, even though it was bad. The gross thing to me wasn't Jesus didn't teach hate, because you're right, he didn't. We should all love each other. We should all be connected and not divided, 100%. The grossest thing to me is that knowing this ad costs $50 million and what you could have done with $50 million. That's it. It's crazy. All right. I'm sorry. I'm like, ugh. Yeah, look at this. Archmage's phrase, good point. According to Google, it was an AI ad with zero budget, but that's the extent of my research. Yeah, that's not what they said. That's not what they said. That's not what they said, though. They said it was shot by an actual person and, some like renowned artist or whatever. I don't know. But it was bad. So bottom line is this ad was supposed to cost, this ad that cost them that much money to air during the Super Bowl, they could have actually have done something with that. And I don't know what your experience with churches are, and I'm not sure what denomination or even if people are religious, but there's different denominations and people that go to church. The majority of the churches that I've experienced, especially the smaller ones, they go out of their way to help people, not because it gains anything for them, because they're just helping people. I've known pastors and assistant pastors that volunteer their time at soup kitchens and community centers just to do the right thing, just to try to help people, someone get away from addiction or whatever. I know a lot of very, very good people, and it's not about hate, it's about help. And this could have gone a long way to actually, help people. But instead, let's just preach everyone during the Super Bowl. That makes complete sense to me. Complete sense. Also, I think the people that are getting really angry about it need to relax. The biggest thing here is not that they made not the messaging in the ad. That's what do you expect? The biggest problem is the extreme lack of care for actual people, and they care more about preaching to all those filthy Christians than to actually spend the money on helping actual people. So this is what it says on petapixel.com. Photographer Julia Fullerton Batten was commissioned by He Gets Us to shoot a series of high-quality fine art photos of people washing feet of others. Yeah, it says the picture was taken by Julia Fullerton Batten. The big production shoot was shot over the course of a week in Los Angeles. At the end of last year, Polton tells Petapixel that she had to keep the project quiet. You can go look it up yourself. But I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you for a second. Because I can sit there, and if you have an hour, I can sit there and point out every single flaw in these images. Again, don't care if you used AI, but don't act like you didn't. Just be honest. Yeah, this is her thought. She says, "That's a someone says, "I read on social media that some people are questioning if it's AI." And she goes, "Well, that's a problem when something is so beautifully and highly produced that people start questioning if it's real or not. That's a shame." Well, maybe because your light sources don't match up. Someone that person has extra toes where they shouldn't. The other person has fingers missing. Words don't look correct. Shadows are completely off. So either you are a really bad photographer and you picked people that had like serious like disfigured feet and hands, or you're lying, or you're just lying. And the ad cost nothing, and yet you spent $50 million to preach to a bunch of Christians about how they hate too much. Oh, screw off. Screw off. Okay. Oh, maybe it's an anagram. You're right. You know what? Let's find out. I like that. That's a good idea. Her name is Julia Fullerton Batten. That was the name right there. Julia Fullerton Batten. Yeah, maybe it's an anagram. That'd be cool. I would love to see if it's an anagram. and it's hyphenated. It could be. It totally could be. No, it's a real person. I Googled her. But she's lying. She's obviously lying. Okay. All right, moving on. We got a super chat from You're on Fault. Hey, relax. Okay, You're on. That's fair. I need to relax. I'm sorry. Relax. Thank you for the 50 sec, my friend. And I will try to relax. I'm trying to relax. I'm calming down. Yes. All right. There's another trailer that showed up. It was called Twisters. You guys see this one? You guys see the Twisters trailer? Really interesting stuff. I'm not going to play it here because I tested to see if it would get copyright claimed. And it was copyright claimed like immediately. But I would go check it out. If I were you, especially if you're a fan of Twisters, go check out Twisters. Check it out. I'm just not going to play it here because I don't want to lose. I don't want the stream to go dead because that's what will happen. All right. Let's talk about some more stuff. So something a little more fun. It's a little more fun. Not as angry. Is Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin. Everyone excited for that? All right. So this is actually pretty funny. Someone on Twitter basically cut down the interview to 2 minutes. And I thought I'd share it because Shane's not here today and he's really the best one to go through this interview. So instead of me attempting to take this interview apart and explain all the different ins and outs, I'd rather just show you guys this really cool breakdown. Here we go.
Went on for a very long time, probably history of Russia going back to the 8th century. Found it annoying and interrupted him several times.
Are we having a talk show or a serious conversation? So if you don't mind, I will take only 30 seconds or 1 minute to give you a short reference to history for giving you a little historical background.
Please.
And it is considered to be the year of the establishment of the Russian state in 862. In 882, Ruren's successor, Prince Oleg, who was actually playing the role of regent,
Russia bombed its own pipeline.
the next very significant date in the history.
Because blaming Russia turned out to be a very useful political tool.
This was the baptism of Russia.
And I hope you beat it. Hope you spank it.
Son of Rurik, Prince Yaroslav the White.
Why Russia? Why Russia? Russian? Can't Russia.
They had to pay tribute to the horde, but they managed to preserve some part of their sovereignty. The Union of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania.
The inflated threat of Russia, Russian disinformation, shut it down. Russia! But
I love that shot where he's thinking really hard and he looks at the camera like this is really still going on. Because Putin did go on for like half an hour about the history of Russia.
Century. Here are the letters from Bogdan Khmelnytsky. Under the
being, testosterone swollen dictators.
Plans, the Bolsheviks sought to restore the...
Should we get in a nuclear war with Russia? You're working for Putin. And
it might be boring, the well-known Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact.
Do you feel dirty hearing that?
I was driving through some kind of village and there were men sitting next to the houses and they were wearing black three-piece suits and black cylinders.
So parents in the Ottoman Empire...
I'm going to stop it. It goes on for another minute. I will put a link to that in the description. You should go check it out. It's about 2 minutes long, and if you watch the interview, Putin does go on for about 45 minutes about the history of Russia. And Shane told me, he goes, I loved it. You're gonna hate it because it's just so long. And that entire time, you had a lot of Tucker faces though. I like Tucker. I like him. That was an interesting interview. You should go check it out. And I will save the whole breakdown of the interview for when Shane is doing better, because he's much better at that than I am. All right. All right, we're going to the member section soon, but I do want to talk about one more topic. Okay, so Superman Legacy. In fact, you know what? I'm going to play the Superman watch thing. Here we go. All right, we're talking about Superman Legacy once again. Apparently, there is a table read happening next week, according to Nathan Fillion, who is playing Green Lantern. First off, I am so stoked that Nathan Fillion is playing Green Lantern. It's one of the few things I've always wanted to do, so I love that we're getting a Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern. I hope that he doesn't have some like cheesy costume where he's like, where it's animated or whatever. I don't want, like, I love the golden age of superhero stuff, but like, I don't want the costumes to fully make that transition. James Gunn is really good at trying to modernize those things, but like some of the costumes that Green Lantern had was just sort of weird. You know, most of the characters had really sort of weird, campy costumes. I hope that's not the case, but that's an aside. So Nathan Fillion says it's the first. He says first Superman Legacy table read takes place
the
next
true
week.
beginning of the
All right,
DC.
shut up, James. He says the actor is playing Guy Gardner in the upcoming film helmed by James Gunn. Speaking with E.T.'s Hope Sloop, interesting, Hope Sloop, at a Television Critics Association panel on Saturday, the rookie star, 52 years old, Jesus, he's 52 already, confirmed that James Gunn is assembling another A-list team in mid-February in Atlanta, and he has fittings for the project. Fillion is set to portray Guy Gardner, the real life identity of Green Lantern, although it's not confirmed whether or not his portrayal will be the official Green Lantern in Gunn's rebooted DC universe. The role was previously played by Ryan Reynolds in a detached film from 2011, also starring Blake Lively, Angela Bassett, Mark Strong, and Peter Sarsgaard. The Firefly star told E.T. that while he cannot divulge many details about the script or the project overall, he can say that he is excited for fans to see Gunn's spin on Clark Kent's story and how the filmmaker brings the audience to the pages of a classic comic book story. So, next week, he is going to be reading the script. So they're going to do like a table read. And a table read is when actors, like let's say actors in a TV show or a movie, whatever, they literally get around a table and they are each given a copy of the script and they read their parts out, right? So let's say Clark Kent says, "Hey, who are you over there?" And Green Lantern's supposed to say, "I'm Green Lantern." Then it'll be, discount Henry Cavill saying that, and it'll be Nathan Fillion saying, I'm Green Lantern. And basically they go through the entire movie and they read the script together, and they read all their individual parts, and they usually have stand-ins for actors that can't make it, or narrators, or whatever. They might also have someone who is reading like the narration portion of it, or the portions that aren't actual dialogue. And it's a really cool experience. I've been a part of a couple of table reads, and it's usually really a lot of fun because the actors can have fun with the character and they get more comfortable with the characters and with the words. And the fact that they're doing it so quickly is actually pretty crazy. Like, this movie is going to start shooting then pretty soon, because if they're already doing table reads, that means that they're scheduling for shots, which makes sense. The movie comes out in 2025, but I think it's pretty awesome that they're already doing table reads. We're going to have some really interesting stuff come out of this. Additionally, Rachel Brosnahan from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, she said, feisty, dare I say, marvelous, and fiercely intelligent, referring to her version of Lois Lane. Brian said, adding that she also has to remain tight-lipped for the time being, but that she is excited to contribute to the legacy that is Superman. I'm rolling through my brain all the things I'm not allowed to say, she joked, but I'm excited to both put our own spin on things, but also honor this material that we love so much. Now, I do keep hearing put our own spin on things. I keep hearing on, Gunn's version of Superman, and, what we're doing with our version. I keep seeing that a lot. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like, them constantly referring to this Superman as their version, their vision of the character. But maybe it's just Hollywood talk, I hope, I don't know. This was the video of her.
Oh my goodness, you always look gorgeous. Can you tell me a secret about this look?
I am taped within an inch of my life. If the amount of tape, I think it finally does feel like the end. This is the end. Today, tomorrow, this is it. And how are you going out with the band?
There's a lot of time that we've been on this very classic
for Superman.
We all
such a perfect nerd for Superman. We all grew up watching the movies. Some of us grew up reading the comics, and so I feel like it's being made with so much love. And I think this Superman will have a sense of humor. Without getting, I'm rolling through my brain all the things I'm not allowed to say. But we're excited to both put our own spin on things, but also honor this material.
All right, yeah, so that's what she says. Our own spin on things. Don't like that. I do think she is perfect for the role as Lois Lane, like literally perfect. So I'm still looking forward to it. Again, James Gunn has never let me down. I don't see him let me down this time either. In fact, James Gunn, if you let me down the one time I need you to not let me down, I'm going to be pretty upset, because every other movie I've enjoyed, but Superman is my favorite character. So don't screw it up, man. Okay? Don't screw it up. All right. We are going to the members section, my friends. Remember, this is the last time, if you are watching right now on the Popcast main channel, on our main channel, this is the last time we will be doing the members section there. Don't worry. There's going to be members content there. We're going to be adding cold reads of our scripts before they go out. We're gearing up to drop 2 documentaries a month. I'm just waiting for Shane to get a little better because he's very sick. But when that happens, we're going to be doing 2 docs a month. And at the beginning of, a week before that doc drops, we're going to be doing a cold read of the doc. Only members will get that. And then we're also going to be doing a Q&A a week afterwards. So there's going to be at least 4 members videos every month on that main channel, all relating to the actual doc we're working on. So you're going to be able to get some inside look at that, and various little members streams and stuff that are all relating to that channel. Not news, not, Superman or the border crisis or whatever, but it's all specifically geared around that content. So I can't tell you what we're working on next, but it's cool. It's Star Trek related. And when we do that, we're going to be able to go through that and cold read the script together. And you're going to be able to see my reaction firsthand, being able to read the script with Shane. And it's going to be cool, really cool. And then we're going to do Q&As after every one of those videos. So that's going to be there. And the live stream is going to live here. And instead of trying to split the streams and, mismanage it, I want to be able to put my full effort into one. So if you are a member there and you're only a member for the live shows, do me a favor and come over to Pop Culture Unleashed and become a member there. Because this is the last time that membership stream will take place on that channel. But that doesn't mean that channel is not going to have its own stuff. So look out for it. All right, we're going to the member section. I love you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Real quick, Mexican Iron Man. I'm confused. I don't even know which channel I'm on. Kidding. Mexican Iron Man is actually a member of both channels. So joke's on you. All right, guys, we're heading over there. We love you so much. Or I'm heading over there. Come on over. Members section is great. I get to talk to you guys. We get to hang out. And I hope you guys can join us. If not, we'll be back, or I will be back at least on Thursday at 4 p.m. So stay tuned for that. Love you guys. See you in the member section.
Nothing is impossible. Just do it. Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can.